there guys, welcome to Algorithm Monday, episode 4. So here we are, back again for another episode of Algorithm Monday. Our first algorithm for this week is actually not an algorithm, it's a practice technique, and it's suggested by EpicCube7 behind the twist, me. So this practice technique, it's suggesting to, when you're scrambling your cube, use like M, U, and R subsets. So using M's, U's, and R's. And you may notice here that I'm doing wide R's, but that's just because that's a combination of R and M. So just scramble like this, and you may think, oh, that doesn't do much because now I've just got a weird kind of solve. But it does. It's very helpful for learning algorithms. So first of all thing, you probably already know this. But if you say like scramble it with R, F, and U moves, that can always be solved with R, F, and U moves. It's kind of obvious, but in case you didn't already know that. So I want to do this. So now that I've scrambled here with only R, M, and U moves, it can only be solved if I use R, M, and U moves. So I just use R, U, and M moves to solve that cross. Now this, here, you've got this. So you can do that with R moves. And you've got this now. You're thinking, how would I do that? So normally, for a normal case here, you would rotate and do something like that. But if you practice with R, M, and U moves, you can learn new kinds of ways to solve cases like this. You would normally think, how would I do this? But what you can do is, if you do R, but that wasn't a very efficient case. Sometimes it's more efficient just to rotate, but you can come across some really good cases. So if you keep practicing like that, you don't have to only solve like that, but maybe just sit down for about 15 minutes or so, only scramble with R, M, and U moves, or it could be any subset. It could be L, U, and F moves, or R, back, B, and U moves. Whatever you want, any kind of subset, and just scramble with that. And you know that you can find any algorithms that can only be solved by using that. And you would think that you would have to rotate or do some kind of uncomfortable algorithm. And it's a great way to find new algorithms. So now our next thing. So our next algorithm is this chameleon ZBLL, suggested by Reese Campbell. And it's a fairly simple algorithm. It's when you have a case that looks something like this. It's where you have the case where you would normally do something like that. And you can recognize it. You just have this huge block here, this 2x2 block, and then this piece is also connected to that. So kind of a composite block, 2x2 and a 1x1. And how you solve this is you bring it down to here, so that this block is in the back, and you go R, U prime, R prime, U2, L, R, U prime, R prime, U, L prime. And that's pretty simple to memorize. How you would memorize that, you're just bringing this, you're just taking this out, doing U2 into L, then inserting it like a normal piece, then L prime. Then you do U, L prime. And that alg can be executed pretty quickly. So yeah, that's a really good. And now our final algorithm, suggested by the MHCube. I've modified it a bit because there's a lot of B moves and no one likes doing B, L2, B. No one likes doing that. So I've modified it. So now let's get on with our alg. So this is for the same basic 2-look shape, and it's also for the same corner permutation, but it's got a different edge permutation. So what you would do here, you notice that you would recognize this. Obviously these two are opposite, and these two are opposite, and these two are in their normal positions, you know, orange, blue. It all lines up, so basically all the edges are solved. And then you've got that same corner permutation with corners here are opposite, these two are the same. So the algorithm you would want to do here is X prime, U prime, R, U prime, L2, U, R prime, U prime, L2, U prime, L prime, U prime, R, U, L, U prime, L prime with a Y. A fairly simple way to memorize that is that you're just doing U prime, R, U prime, obviously starting with X prime. So you'll start like this, U prime, R, U prime. Then once you do L2, U, R prime, U prime, you do L2 again, then U prime. Then you basically kind of do a necklace, but the U moves are wrong. It's L prime, U prime, R, U, L, U, L prime. And a normal necklace would just like that, but here the U moves have been inverted. And you can find your own ways to memorize that or to execute it. Doesn't really matter, but you may think it's just such a long alg that it's not worth memorizing. But that's not true. It's totally worth memorizing. The more ZBLLs you learn, the closer you are to learning full ZBLL, which is definitely what you want, because full ZBLL is cool. So that's all for this week's Algorithm Monday. I really hope you've enjoyed it, guys. And before I finish up the video, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I will have a video up on this soon and possibly a contest. But until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe. Until next time, bye.